Do you hear that? Yeah, do you hear that? It's the sound you've all been waiting for. Another year of the 25 days of MMR Xmas. From December 1st all the way to December 25th, I'll review one holiday movie and lead up to the big holly jolly day. Enjoy! Ho ho ho! Rise of the Guardians is a 2012 American 3D computer animated action fantasy film produced by Dreamworks Animation and distributed by Paramount Pictures. The film was directed by Peter Ramsey in his featured directorial debut from a screenplay by David Lindsay Aubry, based on the book series The Guardians of Childhood and the short film The Man in the Moon by William Joyce. It stars Chris Pine, Alec Baldwin, Jude Law, Isla Fisher, and Hugh Jackman. The film tells a story about the Guardians Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Runner, and the Sandman, who enlist Jack Frost to stop the evil Pitch Black from engulfing the world in darkness in a fight of dreams. When the conversation comes out about the underrated animated films of all time, the usual suspects of The Iron Giant, Cats Don't Dance, Road to El Dorado, and even Osmosis Jones are brought up as some of the biggest underrated animated classics of all time. But one film that was released in 2012 may be the best example of something with huge potential with staying power than Rise of the Guardians. Rise of the Guardians is a great film. What I loved about this film is the story, voice acting, and animation. The animation in this film was very well done. It's 3D animated, and a lot of the time that animation style can be more expressive than 2D animation, and it works for Rise of the Guardians. It allows the animation to be more fluid and show the emotions of the characters on screen. And that leads to the voice acting. Everyone did a great job with their roles. Everybody got in tune with their characters and gave it 110%. And lastly, the story in this film was one of the reasons I say that this film is underrated. The story of Rise of the Guardians is a narrative-driven experience that not only gives an engaging and interesting story to the viewer, it also does a good job of expanding an intriguing and fascinating lore to this world that needs to be explored in further projects. Rise of the Guardians was released on November 21st, 2012 on a budget of $145 million. After its run at the box office, it will go on to gross $306.9 million. Overall, I feel like Rise of the Guardians may have been ahead of its time. If it came out today, it may have been received with much more credit for a narrative-driven animation on the big screen. I hope DreamWorks does something with this franchise in the future. There's so much more story to tell. I'm going to give Rise of the Guardians a 9.4 out of 10.